So we are at an ONroute here on the 401 highway. I guess just outside of Kitchener, Cambridge, wherever I think it's Cambridge. Yeah, so you heard the story last night as I was riding in the dark about us getting turf from our kind of wild camp, which wasn't so wild, stealth camp, which wasn't so stealthy. Yeah, so we made it to a church that was identified on the Ride with GPS map that allows cyclists to tent there. So that's what we did. So we got there last night. We set up camp in the dark. We came over here to the ONroute, and this is an ONroute here. This is one of these highway travel plazas, I guess. You just pull right off the highway, you don't have to go into some towns and stop at stoplights and do all of that kind of stuff. So just in here, get some gas, get some food, and then you're out. So that's the deal. So anyways, we packed up our tent this morning, our camp this morning, and we came to the ONroute again. We hung out here last night to charge up some batteries, hanging out again this morning to have some breakfast. And party. There we go. And there's Andreas yet again. This guy keeps showing up. I don't know. Every time I get up, get on my bicycle, I look beside me, he's there. I don't know. Anyways, I guess he's here for the duration.
No more solo bikepacking for you.
So yeah, so the plan is to have ourselves some breakfast here, do a little more of a charge up, and then get on the road. So there you be. But it was a good night. We had a good night. Quite a bit of traffic noise from the highway, but other than that, it was peaceful. All of the amenities that one would possibly want in the evening and in the morning. Yeah, I think we did quite well. All right, cheers. See you up the road.
check 1 2. Yes, this microphone works. So up to this point, you've probably just heard music and saw text because I thought I had level, but I do not, or I did not. So I finally swapped out the microphone, realizing it. And so it's, what is it? It's 2:45 in the afternoon, and this is the first audio for the video for today. Hope you enjoyed it up to this point. And maybe you enjoyed it better because you don't want to listen to me yakking. I'm just here to rectify the problem and then take my jacket off, as you can see, and follow Andreas up the trail, which is more of a road at this point. But that's just how it goes. Roads, trails, gravel roads, whatever. It's all about the GNR. So we are on this single track trail. It's actually a lot of fun. It's back and forth, but it follows a rail trail. And this is fun. You can see it's lovely in here. But it's a little slower. A few minor hazards along the way, but definitely slower. Both in that you just can't get going so fast on this terrain, and also the fact that it's so circuitous as opposed to the rail trail that it parallels. So we are about, well, the goal today is St. Jacobs. And we're about, I would say, probably about 18 kilometers away, 19 kilometers away, an hour and a half, maybe, maybe 2, who knows. It depends on just how long the trail goes and how technical it gets. Now, then it comes out onto this trail. Well, there we go. That's a little bit better. Not as much fun. I'd say the last 4 kilometers was really quite rough, like unnecessarily rough, tedious rough. Yeah, goal of St. Jacobs. Right now we're just following the lazy, twisty and windy Grand River, and along, I guess, any paths that Matt has chosen to take us close to the river as possible. And I like it because it's good. Because if I didn't, if it wasn't for this particular route, I would never come down here. I don't know this area, so just loving it. Anyways, that's that. We'll see you up the trail. This is kind of interesting. Looks like it's some sort of, I don't know, beginning or start or end of some sort of race or something. Looks like it's been here for a while. So I guess they do this every year, whatever it is that they do. Anyways, kind of cool. I'm a little bit off track. Nigel, good Lord. Andreas is quite a ways ahead of me, so I better start pedaling because I've been speech to text texting and just kind of enjoying the sights. And Andreas is just motoring along. So anyways, got some work to do to catch up to him. So a few minutes more and I caught up with Andreas here, and he was telling me that this is Bigamans. And all of this stuff here, you can see the stuff on the trail. That's those gables or gates or whatever you can see there. And I guess that was all set up for Oktoberfest.
For Halloween and Christmas too. Right?
Could be. Looks like, I don't know if they're taking these down or setting them up.
It should be set up, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
These Halloween colors.
They are Halloween colors. This is the biggest Oktoberfest in Canada, is it?
I picture for sure, and I think it takes place here. Like this big hall here.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And if you can look way over there, you can see just looks like 1,000 picnic benches all stacked on top of each other. So as you can see, we just entered Waterloo, and as you can also see, we're no longer on the trail, we're on the road. So I didn't mention this last time. So we were at Bregman's or Biggerman's, yeah, And we thought, well, if we want to get to St. Jacobs at a decent time, we can maybe get some dinner without having to rush, and then set up at nightfall, then we should take the Google way. Isn't that right, Andreas?
Absolutely.
See? That's what you like. You like riding partners who just agree with you all the time. So, anyways, as I was saying, we decided to take the Google Maps route, which kind of encompasses some trails along the Grand, but gives us the shorter route by bicycle, as advised by bicycle. So that's what we're doing. So we're cutting out some of the trails that run alongside the Grand River, because we're basically going in that direction, but the Grand River just, serpentines through the area, and the trails do the same thing to follow the river. So we're taking a bit of a shortcut. So there you be. At least they've got a nice. It's busy on this road, as you can see, but it's it's a brand new road, and they've got nice bicycle trails or bicycle paths or whatever it is. And so hopefully it'll be like this all the way. Okay, howdy, folks. I'm not sure, not too sure how scary I look here. But so I've got my headlamp, using it as a spotlight for my face, and let's just have a quick look here. Yeah, I'm kind of looking in the right direction. So we are camped here in St. Jacobs. Took a bit of a shortcut to get here because we wanted to get here in decent time to set up our tents and get settled before nightfall, and I think we accomplished that. So right now we're just going to go for a little walk into the municipal parking lot, and there's some industrial buildings that they're on the border of that parking lot, and they might have some electrical outlets that we might be able to use to charge up our devices. So we're going to do that now. Besides, it's always nice to go for a walk after a long day's ride, kind of shake out the cobwebs. That makes sense. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. I guess we'll talk to you later. Maybe give you a more detailed synopsis of the day when I'm in the tent. Or not. All right. See you later.